What's going on, guys? So a few months ago, you may remember that I featured this tactical fly swatter in a video that I made. It's kind of just a funny intro to a video. But yeah, this is a fly swatter. It's the 1020, and it's pretty cool. Very accurate. You don't have to zero it in or anything. You just kind of aim and swat. But a lot of people wanted to know where I got this. So this actually came from a company called Product Design Services. I believe they're in Ben Harbor, Michigan. And yeah, it was sent to me as kind of just a novelty item, and I got several of them. They also have some in different types of configurations here. But very cool. Well, I've been speaking with the vice president or one of the executives at this company about trying to figure out what innovative solutions can be manufactured, because that's what they do for the RV industry, which might be able to help. And they specialize, I believe, in plastics. So whenever I made the video a while back showing you the aluminum plates that I used on the snap pads, you know, they reached out to me and said maybe this is something we could tackle at an affordable price. So hang tight, I'll be right back. All right, so if you recall, I did a video on these 1/4-inch thick aluminum plates that I purchased off eBay, 9 inches in diameter, and I put this traction tape on top of it because whenever they set inside of here, if it was on this side, it'd be very smooth if these got wet, and potentially, you know, a problem if the snap pad resting on it slipped off. Now, I don't know if that would be a real problem just because the amount of weight we're talking about and the fact that most of the water would probably dissipate out, but it could be a potential issue, and I think that's kind of the reason it made sense to put traction tape on top. Now, traction tape works really good, but it's primarily designed for people. So the weight that an RV could press on this might actually wrinkle this or potentially take it off. So the folks that produced that really cool fly swatter sent me these. This is something they manufactured specifically in response to this video, right? And not only is this product something that's needed, it's very hard to get. So when I made this video, a lot of folks said that they couldn't find that auction anymore. And when I started looking for it, I couldn't find an auction for these 9-inch diameter, 1/4-inch thick plates any longer. So, you know, it may have been like a one-off production. I'm not exactly sure, but he certainly didn't produce enough of these to be able to go around for people who wanted to use it for these jack blocks from Anderson. So the guys over there made these. Check this out. So this is 1/2-inch thick plastic. So instead of it being 1/4-inch thick, we're dealing with something a little bit thicker. You can see right there. But it should be completely fine because this will rest right here, and it's still going to distribute the load evenly onto this top surface where it should be distributed. So this sits right there, but check that out. That is really cool. But that fills the gap perfectly. So the next part of this project was, well, if this is something that people need because a lot of folks are buying the Anderson block, is this something that this company could produce for Anderson in response, or could they just sell them on the side and avoid any type of a markup? Well, he said that he could probably produce a pack of 6 of these, and don't quote me on this exactly because I don't know what the end price might ultimately be, but the goal is to get 6 of these for under 50 bucks. So you would have the ability to essentially use these jack blocks if you need them with a spacer that you can put your landing gear on. And again, all for under $50. Now, in terms of function, in terms of overall longevity, I don't know because we haven't used these yet, but it is a very, very heavy piece of plastic, and it definitely feels as if it's at least as robust as the Anderson block. But the whole point of it really is just to act as a spacer, right? To give you the ability to lower your snap pad equipped RV landing pad on top of this and not transfer the weight to this edge right here, which is not designed to handle the weight. So you can see when it's in here, you have this little gap in the bottom, and that's because you have this hole right here. But the majority of the weight, of course, would be transferred to this flat surface right here. And it's grooved on the top to give you that traction that you're looking for. Plus, the fact that it has these cutouts right here give the snap pad the ability to kind of sink into this and give you the space you might be looking for. But what do you guys think? What do you think from a pricing perspective? But also, more importantly, what do you think from a design perspective? Are you looking for a company to produce parts like this that normally aren't sold by a manufacturer of a component like this, because they are looking for different things that they might be able to produce for the RV industry. They do a lot of stuff, I believe, for the automotive industry. But if you guys have suggestions or ideas of what could be made for low cost, it needs to be something that addresses a real concern. But more importantly, it needs to be something that they can sell in enough volume to make it worthwhile producing. And if folks want something like this, and right here I have 6 of them, right? If you want something like this to be able to address the potential problem of using snap pads with your Anderson blocks, well, they have a solution for it, and it's a pretty affordable solution. The next question is, what other products could they also make to tackle certain problems that RVers face? I think that one of the other areas that I'm working with him on is an area that I think a lot of folks questioned whenever I did the video. So let's jump over to that. So this is the little plastic hatch that I got on Amazon to cover up the control pad. Now, we've taken the RV out 3 times, and it's still holding up pretty well. I mean, it's not what I would consider to be something that's rugged, and I actually thought it could potentially fail after the first use, especially with the rain that we got, and we were driving through rain at one point, but it's actually holding together pretty well. Now, there are so many better ideas in terms of design that could have been implemented with this. I would prefer something that's a bit heavier duty, maybe a similar plastic to this, that sticks out a little further and gives us the ability to put a lock right here. Or just a better latching mechanism, because this feels very, very cheap. It works, it accomplishes the task, and I don't think you could ask for much more for under $10, right? This is super, super affordable, off the shelf. It's not necessarily designed for an RV. It's designed more for like a small little control panel. And if you read the reviews on this, they're very positive, except for a few people who got it and said it feels really cheap and it's not going to hold up real well. But the fact is, it accomplishes the task for under $10, and you can't really ask for much more than that. For the $20 price point now, I would expect it to, be a little larger, be a little bit more robust, have a locking mechanism, just something that gives you the flexibility of using it in an outside environment like this without fear that it could prematurely fail simply because it's built kind of flimsy. All right, it's working for what I need it for. I honestly, in some cases, feel, even though it feels a bit flimsy and cheap, it is probably to the standard of a lot of stuff that's already put on RVs, that it will probably hold up just fine. And the fact that it's underneath the overhang right here, I don't predict that it's going to be exposed too much to harsh elements or things that could cause it to fail prematurely. But it's been working fine for me now. And this is another thing that, do we think that there could be a better product manufactured here? And more importantly, would people be willing to pay for it? So that's the real goal. So let me know in the comments if we could build something like this, or this company could work with me to build something like this, a latch that you might even be able to use in other areas of the RV. Would that be something you'd be interested in paying, upwards of $20 for? But yeah, these are pretty cool. And again, it really addresses the concern that people can't get their hands on these. Now, these are aluminum, and they feel very robust. They feel like you'd never have any type of a potential failure. They fit really well into the top of the Anderson block, but these were over $100 for 6. I think I paid like $120 to get 6 of these things. So very expensive when you can get 6 of these for $50 or less. So let me know in the comments, what do you guys think of this product? And if you can think of anything else that you think would be a great product to manufacture out of plastic that could benefit the RV industry at a low price, let me know. Anyways, guys, I sure hope you enjoyed this video. If you haven't had a chance, please take a moment, subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up, and we'll talk to you again very soon.